Okay, so the World Food Prize Foundation's work is important, I feel, because it celebrates solutions that change lives. So that's why I feel it's very important. It does not look at only the problems, but then it already celebrates solutions which can have a great, meaningful impact on whichever communities they work with or any stakeholders or any globally. I think the impact is great. Now for me the youth foundation is also extremely important because it kindles curiosity. It ignites the young minds to think about, global problems and local solutions. So from global to local, you can see that. So that's why I feel the work of the foundation is very important. So conversations at Dialogue Next are inspiring and interesting to me because I feel that they kind of like bring diverse voices all at one place on a single platform. Like for example, in this dialogue, you see a lot of farmers there, and their perspectives really change your perspective also, because you may not be really understanding what their actual constraints are, but then participating in dialogues with that, having conversations with them really make it much more impactful, I feel. And that's how it leads to creating solutions. So, and another important thing, events like the Dialogue Nest or the World Food Prize Foundation, I feel, it also builds a lot of partnerships for collaborative work, for joint work. So, which is also very interesting and important, I feel. So, my takeaway from the Dialogue Next and the conversations and the events that are happening is when science, policy, and community comes together. So, that's the power of collaboration, that's the power of partnerships. And these insights can actually translate into actions. And when I mean communities, they could be men, they could be women, they could be youth, they are the marginalized, the vulnerable. So you bring every one of them on the same platform, and that kind of like the science policy and the community interaction really leads to uh, turning or converting, solutions into actions, or actionable solutions, maybe that may be a better word to put it. Okay, so as I mentioned in my award speech also today, so the award and the youth foundation, the internships, and then the exchange of students, young minds that come to different institutes and we work with them is not only inspiring for them, it's also inspiring us because you can see the power, the energy that these young minds have, and also the power that they can really bring about the desired transformation. I have had interns who actually kind of like, I was amazed at the kind of thinking that they had, about how a rural sanitation project can actually bring about better sanitation and thus better nutrition outcomes for all the community members. And this pitch was put to some very important philanthropists in the country. So you see the confidence that they have, and that also helps us also, so it's kind of like not just telling them certain things, but also learning from them. And I wish more and more Indian students also get such opportunities because it's really, really game changing for many. So I feel so that's been a biggest takeaway. And I always accompany them when I take them to the villages. The 5 days of village immersion that I do. And you should see the transformation it brings about, and the kind of questions they ask, the kind of details that they look for in the communities when they're having the conversation, and the openness with which they share their information. Like back home in my country, it's like this, but it's like here. So that learning, that knowledge sharing, is really, really very immersive, very engaging and inspiring. So I think that that's a takeaway for me also. Like if you have to work with the communities, you become one of them. To put it in a very simple way, I feel the next 40 years, agriculture, we would not be talking about only yields or increasing yields, but it would be much more than that. It would be climate smart, climate resilient, community resilience, better nutrition, better well being and health for all. Every life has an equal opportunity is a proverb that you see. And I think that is where in the next 40 years, the World Food Prize Foundation might actually show how agriculture would look like in the next 40 years.